Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to Season 3 of Luminous Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. When we left off in the previous episode, it was on quite the miserable note because we had our final patrols for the apprentices, and then during the patrols, we had a really unexpected and bad rogue attack where 4 out of 6 cats who went up against the rogues died. We lost Rowan Pelt, we lost his son Bone Song, we lost Day Prance, and we lost Goldpaw, which makes me so sad because Day Prance was the last cat to have the first and third bloodlines, Mistar's bloodline and Slopefleck's bloodline, which is now gone. And he was also our, first prince. He was the Day Prince. And then we also had Goldpaw, who is my favorite out of all the apprentices that we currently have. So I am very, very mad and upset that we have lost Goldpaw. I was so excited to see what her coat was going to look like when she was an adult, but I'm not going to be able to see that now, which devastates me. But we need to continue onwards, guys, and see the warrior ceremonies for the apprentices that did survive. Now, one of the cats, obviously having lost their mentor, it was Blisspaw who lost Day Prance as a mentor. I forgot to check up on this in the last episode, but that does mean that she got reassigned to another mentor, and the cat that she is under right now is actually Shadowswell. But I don't know how much Shadowswell is going to be able to influence her because Shadowswell is not even going to be taking Blisspaw on any patrols or anything like that. She pretty much did her entire apprenticeship under Day Prance. I suppose you could say that the last episode, Blisspaw went with Shadowswell actually. She did one patrol with Shadowswell. So her very last patrol was with her new mentor, Shadowswell. But guys, this breaks my heart even more so because I'm pretty sure it was in the last episode, if not the episode before, where Blisspaw declared her loyalty, her unwavering, it was the last episode, she proclaimed her unwavering loyalty to her mentor, who ended up dying. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well guys, let us jump to the Leader's Den and roll to see what Godzilla Star is going to do in the next gathering. We also have a cat that Godzilla Star has picked out from the Lightless clan to be brought in. If everything goes well, we will also have a pairing that is going to happen. But okay, let's roll the dice. We got a 10 for the 10-sided dice, so that's Chub Clan, and we got a 2, which is Provoke. Okay, so this is the first time we are provoking a clan other than Shade Clan. We were nice to Chub Clan before. I guess Godzilla Star wants to keep them on their toes. Okay, let us skip a moon, guys. Okay, during the gathering, Godzilla Star comments that it's a pity to see what has become of Chub Clan in recent moons. They used to be such a well-respected clan. Chub Clan relations have worsened. Melon was found and invited back into the clan, so we are going to take a look at Melon in a second. Buttercup Dusk no longer has a running nose. Magpie Heart, thank goodness, has recovered from his frostbite. Finally, Shadowswell sits in the crowd, chest puffed out in pride, as she watches Blisspaw be named Bliss Fur, and honored for her intelligence. She considers herself lucky to have been able to train such an amazing young cat, and looks forward to seeing the warrior she becomes. I am very curious to see how Bliss Fur was influenced by her mentors. Very, very curious, given that she had two in such a strange transition. But she is also going to be awarded the title of the Bliss Princess of the clan, because she is the best of her batch. And then we have, Orchidshine gives Sunpaw a friendly nudge when the leader calls the young cat's name. She watches with pride as Sunpaw steps forward to receive his new name, Sunchill, and is honored for his compassion. It's a very interesting name, but I don't mind it. Buttercup Dusk feels guilty when a clanmate tells him that Bone Song is dead, but brushes it off. All of Luminous Clan should be glad to be rid of that mouse brain. Buttercup Dusk! I would have been shocked at this had I not, off camera, kind of checked the relationships in the last episode and gotten a reminder that Buttercup Dusk, yes, does hate Bone Song. So he's probably very glad, doesn't really care. I should say, he doesn't really care. It's not that he's overly glad, but he doesn't care that Bone Song has died. Yikes. Okay, Buttercup Dusk. Okay. Your son also died on the same patrol, by the way. After learning about Bonesong's death, Plumraven can't seem to catch her breath as fits of sobs and cries come over her. Cats come to her afterwards, offering her the biggest, juiciest pieces of fresh kill, but she refuses it all, staring at the walls of her den in silence. And Bonesong was her grandson, of course. Rowan Pelt had such a bright future ahead of him. Plumraven can still hear him talking about his dreams, can still picture him running through Luminous Clan's territory, and to know that Rowan Pelt will never get the chance to fulfill that. Bitterness and rage floods her as Rowan Pelt's life is recalled at the vigil. She coldly turns away any who offer comfort. Without Rowan Pelt, what's the point? And Rowan Pelt, of course, was her only son. Plumraven had 4 daughters and 1 son. Rowan Pelt was the middle child as well. And I think Rowan Pelt's dream was probably to fiercely protect his loved ones and make sure they were always safe. So, it's so sad that he died in the way he did. Lupine Claw sobs and buries her muzzle in Rowan Pelt's fur, searching for that comforting scent one last time. She can only smell the rosemary and thyme wreathed around his body. Bitterness and rage floods her as Rowan Pelt's life is recalled at the vigil. She coldly turns away any who offer comfort. Without Rowan Pelt, what's the point? So she is mourning her father, of course. Orchid Shine tries to put on a brave face for her clanmates, but as she speaks about Rowan Pelt, her voice wavers and then breaks off into nothing. With a trembling gasp, she retreats to let another clanmate speak. She's barely able to move her body and has to be gently guided to her nest, fatigue threatening to consume her. In Orchid Shine, she's mourning her father as well. It feels like Rowan Pelt was very, very loved by many of the cats, by his mother, by his children. The past moon, Dayprance, Goldpaw, Bonesong, and Rowan Pelt have taken their place in StarClan. Luminous Clan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss where they had been in their lives. Moments of their lives are shared in stories around the circle of mourners, as those that were closest to them take them to their final resting place. So much grief and death has taken its toll on the cats of Luminous Clan. Magpie Heart is particularly shaken by it. So we had 4 cats die, but interestingly enough, almost all the cats mourned Rowan Pelt. And I mean, makes sense. Rowan Pelt had such an interesting life, from the way he started off as a bloodthirsty youngster, to the thunderpath that he crossed, got hit by a monster, the broken back he lived with for so long, and then the love story he had, the very unexpected love story with the Reed Daisy, and how that almost brought him back from the brink of death, and how they both kind of helped to heal each other, and then this amazing litter of 5 kittens they had. So many things happened in Rowan Pelt's life, so I can kind of see how he would have all these connections to the cats around him. Okay, let's check up on the Medicine Cat Den before we jump over to really quickly see Melon. Plumraven was given Poppy as treatment for grief-stricken. Buttercup Dusk was given Ragwort as treatment for running nose. He no longer has a running nose. Lupine Claw was given Thyme as treatment for grief-stricken. Orchid Shine was given Thyme as treatment for grief-stricken. Magpie Heart was given Dandelion as treatment for frostbite. He recovered from frostbite. And Buttercup Dusk gathered Marigold, Plantain, and Poppy this moon. And I'm just realizing we also need to take a look at, along with Melon, Bliss Fur, and Sunchill. So, okay, here we go. So guys, first up, we have Melon. So this is the cat that has been chosen by Godzilla Star, the clan leader, and invited into the clan to be mated with one of our clan-born cats. He has yellow eyes, a classic pelt, and is loving. his skills are, well, I suppose along with loving, he is an unusually strong fighter with valuable insight. Now, Godzilla Star is a great fighter, and I feel like Godzilla Star values that in other cats, which is probably why he's brought in Melon. And I think also maybe this is an opportunity for Godzilla Star to potentially bring in another outsider who is going to be loyal to him and is almost going to be like a bodyguard to Godzilla Star. So we'll have to see how all of that goes. But this is the cat that has been brought into the clan. And then we have... oh my goodness, do we have apprentices who are no longer apprentices? We have Bliss, who actually looks very pretty now that she is an adult. I can see her toddy a little bit more, and she looks very pretty. Now, she is loyal. Still, she has kept her loyalty and has become a formidable fighter. So I'm going to have to actually update her notes to show that she was the best of her batch, and that she also has the title of Bliss Princess. So there we go, but let's see how she was influenced. Okay, she was mentored by Dayprance, Rowan Pelt, and Shadowswell. Now that is fascinating. Rowan Pelt was never one of her official mentors, but I find it very fascinating that she was also influenced by her uncle. Huh. Dayprance influenced her to be more likely to defend their beliefs and make their own rules. Shadowswell influenced her to be more likely to interact with others. Dayprance helped her become better at fighting. Shadowswell helped her become better at fighting, which is why she's a formidable fighter, because both her mentors really helped her skill in that regard. Huh. And Dayprance, this is interesting that he influenced her to defend her own beliefs, because Blissfer, when she was younger, was originally loyal to Godzilla Star, and then she became an anti-loyalist because she started spending more time with her mentor and then hearing kind of his political views and his thoughts, and I suppose a lot of that informed how she felt about the clan leader, and I think that's where the whole belief thing comes from. So that's fascinating. And then Shadowswell, I think Shadowswell, she was there like in the very last patrol at the very end of Blissfer's final moon as apprentice, and I think her influencing Blissfer to interact with others is probably a way to seek comfort in the tragedy that happened, because she lost her mentor and she lost her sister. A sister who Blissfer for a long time had been going on trainings with. Like, she spent actually a lot of her youth going out on patrols with her sister. So that would have definitely been like a huge hit to her. And I think Shadowswell's way of comforting her was to guide her in a way, and make sure that she doesn't close up, that she continues interacting with other cats and seeks comfort from them. Okay, well, very fascinating, Blissfer. And then we have her brother Sunchill. So Sunchill, I see your cheetah spots, your rosette pelt, a lot better now, and looks very interesting. He has also retained his childishness, and he is a good kit sitter, which is very, very interesting. But let's take a look at how he was influenced. He was mentored by Orchidshine. Orchidshine influenced him to be more likely to refrain from socializing, follow the status quo, and be ready for a fight. When he graduated, he was honored for his compassion. Okay, so I feel like Orchidshine, she was the really strict mentor for Sunchill. I suppose she had the opposite advice to Shadowswell when he was going through his mourning period, but also I suppose even throughout training, I think Orchidshine felt as though hanging out with other cats would distract Sunchill too much because of how childish he was, and she kind of preferred him to be on his own so he could focus, or to just be with Orchidshine. So that's probably where that came from. And then following the status quo, obviously we had, we have this whole system of rankings and bloodlines and all of those kind of things, and I feel like maybe Orchidshine is the type of cat who has reinforced all of that to kind of tell like Sensual that everything that the clan is built upon is important and not to disregard it, to follow the order of life and to follow the order of the clan, and contribute to it in your own way, and then be ready for a fight. I feel like the biggest lesson in that would have been last episode, would have been that patrol where they were attacked by rogues. Not him, obviously, but his sister was attacked by rogues and killed. And I think that would have been something that Orchidshine would have kind of talked to him about as soon as it happened, and she would have really honed into him that even though it was the final moon for the apprenticeships, things like this happened, and things like this can happen, and you shouldn't let your guard down ever. So okay, I think that's very, very intriguing that he was influenced in that particular way. So that is what we have for our kitty cats. But let us go back to events, guys, and see what is going on with relationships. Daisy Kit let Plum Raven down when Plum Raven was counting on him. Plum Raven tells a story to Tornkit, and Tornkit suggests how to make it even better. Buttercup Dusk had a dream about Stonespeck. Thunderkit says that Buttercup Dusk smells weird. Stonespeck wonders why Godzilla Star is so pouty today. Okay, Stonespeck got a bunch of cats up for stretches. They weren't happy about it. And it seems as though Melon participated in those stretches. Stonespeck has snuggled up against Thunderkit. Stonespeck and Buttercup Dusk had a disagreement about how to raise kits. You know what? I think maybe they had a little bit of an argument about how they raised Dayprance, or maybe they were thinking about back when Dayprance was young and like the time they spent with him. Maybe they should have been kinder. Maybe they should have been more attentive. If, they knew that one day Dayprance would be taken away from them. Like, they're not even elders, these two, and they've lost their one and only child. So I think that's what they were missing him. And in thinking about his childhood, they got into a bit of an argument. Lupine Claw thanked Cloudfur for bringing her food. Daisy Kit squashes a bug that Cloudfur was watching. Shadowswell scoffed loudly at one of Buttercup Dusk's suggestions. Shadowswell spends the day helping around the camp with Thunderkit. Lupine Claw sees a clanmate complimenting Godzilla Star and feels a pang of envy. Lupine Claw hears Thunderkit laugh at a clanmate's joke even though it was lame. Orchidshine and Shadowswell realize they were the only ones that saw a shooting star. Orchidshine prevents something from falling on Daisy Kit. While on a patrol, Magpie Heart secretly pulled back a branch and made it whop Godzilla Star in the face. That's not good. Magpie Heart hyped himself up to have a conversation with Thunderkit, but Thunderkit's gone somewhere else. Buttercup Dusk compliments Pepper's name. Pepper and Blisspaw make each other laugh, so this was before they had the apprentice ceremonies, of course. While looking at the stars, Godzilla Star and Thunderkit make up some constellations. Godzilla Star bickered about something trivial with Shadowswell. Yeah, their relationship is still it's stagnant, I should say. It is very much stagnant. Now, interestingly enough, they have not broken it off with one another. They don't need each other anymore. But I guess it's a point in Godzilla Star's favor that Shadowswell is still maintaining this relationship with him. Although, she's not a loyalist, so, there's two different messages going out over there. Melon appreciates how Sunpaw always seems to ask how he's doing. So, Sunpaw it seems as though it was actually Sunpaw, who is being very welcoming of Melon, this outsider. Melon is reevaluating how much she values Blisspaw as a clanmate, although it seems as though Blisspaw is not getting along well with Melon, or maybe Melon isn't getting along well with Blisspaw. Though Blissfur has been... Okay, and then after this, they had their apprentice ceremonies, and then we're continuing. Though Blissfur has been unhappy with Stonespeck, Blissfur helps her with something. Sensual got lost and Shadowswell didn't look for him. Blissfur uses one of Daisy Kit's fears against him. Thunderkit promises to always look out for Blissfur. Tornkit plays Mossball with Sunchill. Buttercup Dusk feels guilty. Oh yeah, that's right. This is when they get the news that Bonesong has passed away, and they get the news that the other cats have passed away as well, and that is pretty much it for events. Now, I can't remember this, but I'm pretty sure one of the kittens, I don't know which of the kittens it was, but they wanted Rowan Pelt to be their mentor, which is so sad when they became apprentices, but obviously that's not going to happen. These guys, they have 2 moons before they become apprentices, and who was it? I feel like, I don't know, was it Tornkit? I don't know. One of these cats, they wanted Rowan Pelt to become their mentor. Yeah, there we go. It was Daisy Kit. Daisy Kit wanted Rowan Pelt to become his mentor when he became an apprentice, and Rowan Pelt has passed on now, so that won't be a thing. Won't be able to make that come true. Oh, which is so sad. But okay, that is all we have for events. So I am gonna cut the recording here, guys, and then we're gonna resume with the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to resume with the cat list. So first up, we have our loyalties, which have not changed, interestingly enough. We have Orchid Shine, Bliss Fur, Daisy Kid, Thunder Kid, and Torn Kid, who are all loyal to Godzilla Star. So I wonder if, Bliss Fur I'm wondering if because Dayprance isn't here anymore, she just doesn't feel the motivation to really question her own political beliefs and whether or not she truly wishes to support Godzilla Star. She's still riding on that guilt that she felt towards Torn Kid and Godzilla Star, and that's why she became a loyalist again. But we'll have to see if this is something that she chooses for herself continuously, or if she's gonna, choose to follow Dayprance's footsteps and get out of it and think for herself. So that's what we have in terms of loyalties. Now we need to go ahead and make the match for Melon that Godzilla Star had in mind. So firstly, I want to check out what Melon's descriptor is up here. So, okay, here's a long-furred white and black tabby tom. So he's a black and white cat, but he looks blue to me. No? Kind of like Daisy Kit is bluish. Melon looks kind of blue to me too. Huh. But okay, Godzilla Star has chosen for Melon. The cat that he wishes to pair up with Melon is actually Lupine Claw, our murderous female, secretly murderous female. So they are not compatible apparently, but Melon is loving and Lupine Claw is charismatic. We say that she's a psycho cat because she's charismatic, she's never hated anyone, but she did kill her aunt out of jealousy when she was an apprentice, yes, when she was very, very young. So dark things have happened around her, and I'm wondering whether the clan leader, Melon is supposed to kind of be like his bodyguard in the clan. I think he brought Melon in as like muscle. But also, I think he's hoping that Melon's loving nature is going to somehow win over Lupine Claw, and that he'll be able to tame some of her fierceness, because Lupine Claw, her name and I think her appearance, it comes off as a little bit, lupine and scary. Whereas Melon, he's soft, he's a bit of a softie. So that's what we have going on over here. Now let's go ahead. Pepper has the all-important job, of course, of helping to mediate between the two of them. So Lupine Claw, who is also in mourning right now. So I don't know if she's gonna cooperate with this at all or not. Actually, I also need to go ahead and make sure that both of them... Oh, she can have kids? Okay. Did I not... Oh my goodness, hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. We have some problems here because I'm supposed to have like the prevent kits on for all of these cats, but apparently I didn't. I suppose I just forgot when they were kittens. I remembered for Blissfur and Sunchill, but I didn't remember for the other cats. Melon, we're gonna skip you, but we need to make sure that all of these cats have like prevent kits, just in case they find mates that are not like decided by the clan leader so that they don't have like kits or they don't have litters that haven't been approved. So yeah, Lupine Claw and Melon, we need to make sure that they're the ones having a litter for us. So okay, Lupine Claw, Melon, let's mediate. Romance, respect, platonic like, trust and comfort increased, jealousy decreased. I have no clue truly how this particular match is going to go. We know that the last one we did between the clan leader and Shadow Swirl, it was not a love story by any means. By no means. I don't think they really ever tried with each other too much. In the beginning, they more or less kept their distance. They stayed because they had to stay, you know, because of circumstances. A very different story to what happened between Cloudfur and Pepper. They slowly but surely actually fell in love with one another. But yeah, nothing really happened with with Shadow Swirl and Godzilla Star. So Godzilla Star, I mean, he made this match maybe reflecting on his own and hoping that Melon would be able to win Lupine Claw over. But we'll have to see whether this romance continues or if it stagnates at some point, because we kept trying with Godzilla Star and Shadow Swirl, but it really did stagnate. But also, Lupine Claw, you know, she's in mourning right now, so I don't know how receptive she's going to be to this whole thing. Okay, let us now check to see what everyone is doing for the day. Godzilla Star is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Plum Raven doesn't want to go on Dusk Patrol. Don't worry, honey, you won't have to. Buttercup Dusk sleeps next to Day Prince for the entire vigil one last time. Buttercup Dusk. Oh, Buttercup Dusk. That's actually so sad. That is so sad. His one and only child. I mean, we've had cats who have lost, like, all of their children. We've had cats actually lose an entire litter of 4 when they were apprentices. But, I don't know, it's another sadness when you just have the one child and they've made it to adulthood and they were doing great things like being a mentor for the first time, and then all of that gets taken away from you. Ah, Buttercup Dusk. Pepper left Goldpaw's vigil early due to grief, and Goldpaw, yeah, was his child, and I actually don't remember who was your favorite. It was Goldpaw. Oh my goodness, guys. Goldpaw was his favorite child, just like myself, so no doubt Pepper would find it very hard. And what about Cloudfur? Who was her favorite child? It was... Wait, hold on. I think I might have gotten it wrong. Hold on a second. I might have gotten that wrong, because I did not even consider the older children. But no, his favorite was... Sorry, it was not Goldpaw. It was Blissfur. It is Blissfur. Blissfur is Pepper's favorite child. Right, the loyal Blissfur. And what about Shadow Swirl? Is it also Blissfur? Oh my goodness. Cloudfur. I'm remembering the wrong cats. Cloudfur. It's also Blissfur. Okay, so both the parents, Blissfur was their favorite child. Interesting. Very interesting. And we know that for Godzilla Star, his favorite child is Tornkit, and Shadow Swirl's favorite child is Daisy Kit. Yeah. Okay, good to know. Stone Speck arranged the flowers for Rowan Pelt's vigil for her, I think younger brother, actually. Hold on a second, let me check. Let me check. Yes. Yes, that was, yes. Is that what I said? Younger brother? Yes, that was your younger brother. Stone Speck was actually, or is, the oldest in her litter. Burrowshine was the second oldest, Pale Kit was the third oldest, then Rowan Pelt, Cloudfur, and Shadow Swirl. Yep, there we go. There we go. So that's actually so sad. That's so sad. That she's having to arrange the flowers on her younger brother's grave. Shadow Swirl doesn't think she'll ever be the same without Rowan Pelt. Ugh, Shadow Swirl. Shadow Swirl. I mean, like we talked about, Rowan Pelt was around for a long time. He had very strong bonds with his children, all of his children. Magpie Heart hides a scrap of Rowan Pelt's fur under his nest to cling to. Oh my goodness, Magpie Heart. You're making me sad. Lupine Claw got startled by a squirrel. I mean, she's grieving. She's grieving. There's nothing up here, but like she is grieving. Orchid Shine is craving the taste of a rabbit. Blissfur wonders what Shadow Swirl is up to. Sunchill, and wait, Shadow Swirl was her last mentor. That's right. So maybe now that she's older, she's kind of understanding what situation Shadow Swirl had to step into, and she's kind of grateful that Shadow Swirl was there for her last patrol, and she wants to, you know, get to know Shadow Swirl a little bit more, get to know that aunt she never really spent too much time with. Sunchill spent a long time growing Goldpaw's fur for their vigil. Oh my goodness. It kind of shows the difference between the two siblings, because Blissfur was taught by her mentor to socialize with other cats and seek comfort from other cats. So it makes sense that Blissfur is wanting to go seek out Shadow Swirl, whereas Orchid Shine taught Sunchill to avoid other cats, to handle things within himself. So it makes sense that Sunchill is spending time with Goldpaw's, you know, body, instead of seeking comfort from other cats. He's kind of wanting to be alone with his dead sister. Melon pressed against a cat who looked like he needed a bit of support. Maybe Pepper, who has a permanent condition and a weak leg, or one of the other cats, maybe one of the grieving cats. So that's interesting. Daisy Kid is feeling content. Thunder Kid is wondering just how good at swimming he really is. Torn Kid cowers in her nest during a particularly rough storm. And I actually forgot to add to Blissfur's notes that she's a Bliss princess. I'm actually going to go do that off camera. But guys, I am going to cut the recording here and we'll resume with patrols. Okay, it is time for us to resume with patrols, but actually before we go ahead and do that, there were some changes that I actually forgot to make in the cat list, and we need to go back and look at that. I was talking, guys, about how Melon was brought in by Godzilla Star to be his bodyguard and to be his muscle, and then I didn't do anything about it. But actually, what Godzilla Star has decided, guys, is a shift in the political ranks. He has basically knocked Plumraven down a peg and decided to make Melon his deputy. That's right, so Melon is the new deputy that we have now. I don't know how the cats are gonna feel about this, but essentially Godzilla Star, he's like done with pretenses now. Since he is more secure in the clan, he's done with relying on Plumraven to appease the cats and to organize patrols and such. Now he's decided to bring in another lightless cat, bring in an outsider, and raise that outsider up into a really high rank. So basically now the clan is run by Godzilla Star and Melon. So yeah, Melon is his deputy, and he has made Plumraven into the medicine cat instead. So still serving the clan, but not really one of the decision makers. And Buttercup Dusk has been knocked down into a mediator. So yeah, now that's going to be Buttercup Dusk's job, so he's not going out on any more patrols and such. That also means that Pepper has been kicked out of politics. He's been kicked out of politics. And you know what? I feel like Godzilla Star probably wasn't too impressed with how Pepper never really became loyal to him. I think Godzilla Star expected Pepper to back him up since Pepper was in the same position more or less as him, but that's not what Pepper did. It was very much Godzilla Star against everyone else, and he's hoping things are going to change now that Melon has become his deputy. So yeah, something to look out for over there. And then I've also gone ahead for Blissfur, and I have adjusted her notes here so that it says she was one of 3 apprentices in her batch and graduated as the Bliss Princess. So that is a title that she now has, which is wonderful. And now let us resume with patrols, and I need to remember that we have a different medicine cat, but Plumraven is not feeling well, so our medicine cat is not going to be going out, but that is okay. We're going to have a patrol of 6 and then a patrol of 2, so let's see what our new deputy decides for patrols this time around. Currently we have 135 prey and we need 37. Okay, So the first set of 6 going out are going to be Shadow Swirl, Sunchill, Stone Speck, Godzilla Star, Magpie Heart, and Melon. The patrol devolves into ghost stories, putting everyone on edge. Let us proceed. Despite the tense mood, the patrol is successful, and as the afternoon wears on, the cats relax with each other. So this was, I think, a point in Godzilla Star and Melon's favor. I mean, at this point, the cats can't really revolt or do anything about the fact that Godzilla Star is making all these decisions for them, especially because some of them, they do support him and they are wavering. I mean, his kids aside, we have Bliss and we have Orchid Shine who are in support of Godzilla Star. They feel as though Godzilla Star is exactly what the clan needs. I suppose for Bliss it's different. It's more complicated than that. But I think Orchid Shine, as a strict cat, appreciates the sense of order that Godzilla Star brings. At least she feels that way. And now we have Bliss Fur and Cloud Fur going out together. Our two furballs. So okay, the patrol glimpses the shadow of a fish as they pad past a stream. Proceed, the patrol moves too suddenly. The flickering shadow causes the fish to quickly vanish into murkier water. A very small amount of prey is brought to camp, but at least we got something. So now we have 139 prey, and it seems as though that is all we managed to get done today. Okay guys, with that said and done, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.